right, everybody, welcome back to the NoCap Kickback. I am your host, Ty Brownlow, and man, you already know the rules. It's all about the extraordinary, not the mediocre, okay? So today, I got a very, very special guest, the young man you see next to you here. Man, we go back pretty far. We've had our share of ups and downs, like highs and lows, but other than that, I'm glad he's here. And as you all know, I'm dedicating platforms to mental health, and I'm also dedicating platforms to, humanity. And I want people to see people as who they are. So let me just introduce y'all to Mr. Tireik Christian.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's going on, man?
Good.
Good, brother. Hey, look, like I said before, it is great to see you. I am really honored to have you on my platform. I'm really interested to get your perspective on things, and, let's just get into it.
Get it.
All right. Okay. So my first question, I don't want to sound like a psychologist and all that, but we want to get a better, view of Black men, young Black men. And, sometimes society paints the narrative of, young Black men being a certain type of way, especially in this day and age with millennials and what have you. So,
all right,
man, first question to you. When you think about your childhood, what moments stick out the most to you, whether good or bad?
Honestly, I really can't think of too much because it's really like a blank. Like I can have a childhood and like you can remember some parts, but then you really, it's just like, it's like a blur and then it just skip you. Like I had to grow up kind of fast. So like, I wouldn't say I didn't have a childhood, but like, I could have this one moment that like, it was like a lesson that like, so it was like my birthday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was at a water park and I was supposed to, I wasn't listening and I was supposed to go down the slide that way I can see. So like, I end up like almost drowning because I went through another slide that like got the top over it. So you can't see when you finna end. So that was probably the most bad I had that like, that I could really stick out that I could really talk about for real.
Okay. All right. Well, man. Well, first and foremost, I mean, I know how something like that can, especially at an early age, be a little traumatic. Right. And but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you survived it. And man, like, okay,
wow.
Okay, all right. Well, look, let me just ask. Now, growing up, do you consider yourself to have any adult male role models?
Not really, because growing up, I was in a house full of women, so like I was really the only man kind of. So it was really just like my sister and my mom. So it really wasn't. And honestly, to me, honestly, I don't think I really needed one, because I kind of had that mom that like took both of those roles. So I was kind of really good. So I really didn't need one, to be honest.
Okay, all right. Well, hey man, you're being honest. I have no issue with that at all.
That felt great, huh?
Hey man, look, well, let's just keep it real. Like, there are a lot of, young Black men. Hey, I grew up in a single parent home. So, my mom had to be mom and dad at times, and I'm pretty sure we both know of a lot of people who grew up in single family homes. This men grew up in single family homes whose mom had to play both roles. So
definitely.
Hey, come on now, talk to me.
Yeah.
Now, your school years, middle school and high school years. Now, this is where we go get a little this is where the fun stuff comes in. But how would you describe those years, and what influences did you follow, good or bad?
And I'm not gonna lie, middle school was really rough. I was following good and bad in middle school. It was really like, I don't know. I was a hothead, like around my, like, as you know, like around my sixth and seventh grade. So it was real tough. I don't know why, honestly. It was just, that's the way I was. 8th grade, I changed my life around. I kind of end up following like the rules, end up like really paying attention, doing my work, not talking back as much. Like like I was. And then it was pretty cool. I honestly did that to like really prepare myself for high school. And then like, cause I knew it was gonna be a little rougher. I was gonna be around older kids, or that wasn't gonna really slap for real. So like it was really a little challenging, honestly, preparing for that trans over to high school. So and then follow up high school. Yeah, high school was really rough, honestly. Uh, freshman year, was a little. I didn't know nobody, so like freshman year was really like I knew a couple people that went to middle school, but like you meet new people and they're not trying to talk to you like that because you meet new people. So it was really rough. I fell off a little in high school, but like I'd say bad influences probably came around like junior year maybe. I started like I got a little older, started falling off track, doing what other people doing. So it was like it was definitely a little rough.
Okay. All right. So what do you think got you back on track? Because as you said, going into like your later high school years into your junior senior year, what do you think got you back on track for you to finish?
Leaving the school I was at, I went to Kenwood, and I ended up I fell off my junior year, and I ended up going to alternative school. But like, for those who don't know, I failed the grade, so I was a little older than the people that was really in that grade. So when I went to the alternative school, I was around people that was like my age, so I fitted in better. So it was like I was around people that I act like, or like I know I can be like. So it was like it was a better environment around me. I had more help. I had like a supporting group. It was really good. Like they wanted me to graduate. I didn't really get too much of that in my old school. So like I actually like stopped caring because I felt like they didn't care. So, but going to the other school, they showed me that they did. So I did.
Hey, look, that's real, and that's real perspective, man. Honestly, I really do appreciate you saying that because sometimes. And, I know, like, I could just think back to my high school years. And as you said, like that first year, like, yeah, you may know a couple of people you went to middle school with, but other than that, you're really trying to meet new people and build your identity going forward. And it can be hard trying to get to know people. And for the lack of a better term, sometimes it's about a popularity contest, and it's really just, okay, I have this or I have that, and I'm only hanging out with people who have the same thing I have, and that's really how like the world works sometimes. So
exactly how it is now.
All right. So let me ask you, do you like feel you were misunderstood, during that time in your life? But if so, why?
Not that time, but like it's definitely it's kind of around that same time because, like I said, junior year was a rough year. Like it was because, like for example, me going into freshman year, I was on my game, good grades. Sophomore year, good grades. I'm doing sports, like I'm doing what you're supposed to do. Like I had my life on track. Like I was trying to go to the service. Like I was doing all of this. So it was like junior year came, and it was just like a lot of family issues. So like it just made me pause for a while and like just, all right, let me slow down. So like I had to handle that. And so I got people that's thinking like, all right, he used to be this type of person, but now he not acting like that no more. So they not trying to ask what's wrong. They just trying to get me back on that. And like I got this type of mindset that like I ain't gonna talk about too much stuff. So like it was a little challenging because like I had somebody come up to me said, man, I never think you would act like this. So it was really tough because like they seeing me act different but don't know the reason. So I was definitely misunderstood for real.
Okay. Well, and so it's, oh my God, it's so funny that you say that. I have a term, I have a saying, basically, how do you see yourself versus how other people see you? You know, other people can see you, well, hey, that's Tireik. Tireik used to do X, Y, and Z. And sometimes their expectations of you are very limited or small. But then you have some, they're on the opposite end. Like, you know what? No, he can be much better than, what's going on. All he needs is a little bit of this, that, and the other.
Exactly that.
He will be what you don't expect him to be, but he'll be much better, so.
And that's all I really needed was somebody to tell those people, yeah, he's a good person. He knows what he's doing. He's just going through stuff right now. And it was like, that was rough, and I had nobody like that.
And you bring up another point too, like I'm just thinking back, to growing up being a teenager. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that was like a long time ago, but yes, it was a while ago,
right.
But still, being Black, being a young man, going through the emotions or whatever. Yeah, sometimes you need people to talk to, and you really feel like no one really understands until you come across that one person, one or two people like, no, I'm going through the same thing. My situation may not directly look like your situation, but we are both coming from the same place. So, okay.
Exactly.
All right now. So, what do you consider to be the turning point in your life so far?
Turning point, definitely. I have to say a real turning point was it's crazy. It's crazy you say that, because all of this is going back, like my junior year changed everything. Like that 1 year, it changed everything and it's going back to another family incident. Like every time I get back on track, that happened. And then you got the pandemic that happened. That was really another turning point, because it made me pause on what I was doing and just changed my whole perspective around, and I just went a whole different route. So like that pandemic, also family stuff, that really was a turning point for real.
Well, I sometimes take for granted how long that we've known each other, and I'm like, wait a minute, he went through the pandemic. But yes, did have to go through the pandemic like everyone else. But it's funny that you say that as well, because a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of people that I interview, the pandemic was definitely a turning point for them professionally, whether it definitely was as far as you say, family wise, or if they were married in their marriage or what have you. Like that was definitely a turning point, and it made people see things a little bit differently than what they had been seeing.
Okay. And it was also a good thing, because like it happened during my last year of high school. So I knew I wasn't going to graduate a normal way because of the pandemic happened. So it really prepared me to like, all right, I'm finna graduate, time to get a job. Like that was really the practice of me becoming an adult, because it helped me not go right into it from graduation like I prepared for it. So it was another good thing to it as well.
Okay, all right. So let's segue into that. As you make the transition into adulthood, because you're 21 now, what are you most eager to accomplish?
I'm really, and it's crazy, it's coming up. I'm really trying to get my own place. That's probably the main thing I want to start up as an adult, like just that journey to like being by myself, seeing how it is, hopefully not paying so many bills, but like definitely trying to see how that's gonna work. Honestly, that's the main thing. That's my main focus right now. Just like knowing how to do that.
Well, hey, that is a big accomplishment in anyone's life, getting their own place, having your own independence, not really having to hear the voices that you're accustomed to hearing, or doing certain things that you're, pretty much grew up having to do or what have you. And it's just a place for you to, as I said, clear your mind. It's your domain. You don't really have to worry about any of that.
Right.
But how are you preparing for that right now? Are you working, or?
I'm definitely working, for sure. But yeah, it's that kind of thing that like I'm trying to do it on my own. So like working, like I don't want to have that type of person that be like, yeah, I helped you with this, I helped you with that. I think the main thing I'm trying to say is I don't want nobody, like I don't want to have to depend on nobody. Because I don't want, like, you can ask somebody could give you something and they'd be like, oh, I remember I gave you that. Like, I don't want to ever have to depend on that. So like, that's why I really try to go get it myself and like, just really be that person.
Well, let me just say, I really truly commend that, because as you said, you can have people out here who will say they will help, but you get into a jam, or something happens, they're quick to remind you of how much they
Right.
help you. But
Right.
my thing is it being sincere that you're helping me, or are you helping me because you're expecting something in return? If you're expecting something in return, you're not really helping, you know.
And you'll never know for real.
And you'll never know for real until the situation presents itself.
So they ask you that question.
They let you know, hey, you remember I did this for you? Yeah, I need you to do something for me. Like, no,
Exactly.
it needs to be sincere from the heart. Okay, all right. So now, like, my last question to you, and I really want you to come with it, almost in a sense.
Right.
But what do you want your mark on the world to be when you think about the future?
Honestly, just really focus on yourself. Honestly, like that's the real thing that anybody can do. Like that's the main focus I want people to have. Like that's what I want to have. Like I always want people to, like, it's not being selfish. They want you to think it's selfish, but it's really not. It's like you can't help nobody else if you don't got yourself together. So it's like, focus on yourself, get your life together, like get what you need to be, and then all the other stuff will just fall in line. Everything's happening for a reason. So definitely focus on yourself.
Okay, man, brother. Okay. All right, now look, I like how you talking over here, but I'm gonna throw in a bonus one. So if you know, for someone who may be watching this, going through the same thing you went through coming up, growing up, what would your advice be to them?
Man, just let it happen, honestly. Don't force nothing. Don't try to be nothing. Everything that happens, it happens for a reason. So it's like, honestly, you really can't say nothing. You can't force stuff for real. If you going through something, if you going through a good time and something bad happens, that's just letting you know that it can happen to you. Like everything not like peaches and cream. So it's like, I learned that the hard way, honestly, knowing that like anything can happen for you for real. So like, it's just honestly, just gotta live, stay out the way, honestly. Just do what you gotta do, and that's all it is.
Hey, brother, hey, you said something, you said two very important things, you know. A, if you're going through a good time and something bad happens, just continue to go through, because you're going to have to experience the good with the bad. That's just how life is, you know.
Exactly.
And stay out your own way.
Yeah,
like that's very key. Man, look.
Don't be in everybody's business.
Adult, yes, even as an adult, you're going to have people are going to have those issues where they're in their own way, where they're transitioning from one job to another, you know, from one career to another career, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in anything, you know. Stay out of your own way, because when you get in your own way, then that's when things get jumbled up and you get to feel in a certain type of way, and you don't really need that. But
now you on other people's problems. It's too much.
Stay out.
You already got your own problems. Yep.
Come on now. All right. Now look, I mean, what's your social media handle if people, you know, want to, you know, follow you or whatever?
I'm on Instagram at toxic_reek, REIK, and then toxic_reek. Yep. Okay,
that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Man, look here. I thank you for coming onto my platform.
No problem, man.
Look, I thank you for the transparency, and seriously, you know, you always welcome to come back. You got something you want to share with us, or something that's just on your mind, I have no issue bringing you back. And ladies and gentlemen, NoCap Kickback. I'm your host, Ty Brownlow. You can find me as well on Instagram, or just go to my website, tybrownlow.com, under the NoCap Kickback section, and you can get interviews like Tireik and everyone else. Look, brother, I thank you. We out. Peace.
Thanks.